mindset for the group? What is the key of being in the right headspace to come away with the victory?
Well, you hit it spot on. It's just one game on the road that you got to take care of. Again, we talked about it. You know, we've done the situation, not necessarily here in this moment, but understanding it's been one game for us for about 2 months now. You talk about the play-in. You talk about being able to get the game at home. Those scenarios are the mindsets that you have to have going into tonight.
What can you learn or take from last year's experience, being in an elimination game on the road, that you guys can apply to this year?
It's very similar. Just being able to understand the emotions of the game, what you need to you can control only what you can control. Focusing on us, the small margins winning this game are going to be huge. We know the energy that they're going to bring. We know what the crowd is going to bring. But can we keep our attention focused on us and how we have to approach this tonight?
How important will it be to make guys like Derek White forcing this and those other guys?
And that has been the key. You know, I think those other guys get going, understand what Jalen and Jason are able to do in any given game. But it's the other guys that step up in those moments that have, really hit us throughout this series.
How do you evaluate how well your team has reduced their number of open three-point looks far below what they usually are accustomed to attempting?
I mean, if you're just going off the numbers, I think we've done a very good job of that. And obviously, they've knocked some key ones down at any given time. But we watched that this morning, being able to look at how we can limit those as well. And those are communication pieces, understanding where those screens are coming in, how we can continue to cover and protect one another when we are hit, and being able to switch up to get to those three-point shooters.
One of the common things that we've heard in every loss is that the team feels that a lot of these mistakes are correctable mistakes, that things that you know how to do better. I mean, does that give a sense of confidence, or the fact that maybe they're not applying them in those losses? I'm just curious how you manage that.
I mean, there's something to learn in wins and losses. And, we took exactly what we did in Game 3. You know, the difference is, did we apply the same amount of ball pressure in Game 4 that we did in Game 3? Were we communicating as much? And the adjustments that they made were some pretty good adjustments in order for us to keep us off balance, which I think our ability to communicate those things as they happen in real time is going to be very important.
And along those veins, the players talked about needing to play 48-minute game. What's been maybe preventing you guys from getting over the hump on that, or what needs to happen to have the focus to play with the same intensity throughout the whole game?
Well, I think if you look at the end of Game 3 and 4, very similar situations. I think we end up fouling a three-point shooter.
Yes.
You give up an offensive rebound. We make a shot versus missing a shot. They're very similar scenarios. Jason got it going a little bit down the backstretch. So being able to understand that it's not won or lost in those moments, but the margins before that. It's the offensive rebounds that happens in those moments. It's the turnover. It's the execution of our sets down the stretch. Those are very important, in those moments, as well as throughout the entire game.
Well, Jason was talking after the game about the respect he has for you and your guys' relationship. Obviously, you had that tense moment during the game. What's that like, having a relationship with a guy like that, but also battling in a series like this and having a moment like that?
Well, it's really just about the competitive nature. That's what happens when you cross these lines. There can be, friendly banter and whatnot, but understanding we both are trying to go out there and win, and he's doing whatever's necessary to get his team in that position to be successful, and our guys are doing whatever they can to put our guys in the position to be successful. So, it's a balance, but you also know you guys are all competitors, and they want to find a way to win games.
What is that relationship like with him?
It's been over years. He comes in the league. It's been through camps in the summer and seeing him over time and just being around. It's just, he's the reason he's an all-star and an all-NBA guy, but what he's done for the community here as well as where he's from. That's just the type of young man he is, and you have to respect that more than anything than the basketball side, and what he's trying to do and what he's trying to provide for outside of basketball is that high important piece.
Is there a difference in the art of a defensive rebound on a long rebound versus a defensive rebound on a conventional rebound?
Well,
does it require a different skill set or a different level of awareness?
I think the main concept is that you got to find the body, go hit them, and then go pursue the rebound and understand where it's coming from. Long shots, long rebounds. There's an area on the floor that you're going to go to, usually around that free throw line area. And when their guys are driving to the basket and they may miss around the rim, I think it becomes a